Welcome to Kusum.net. This is ASP.NET MVC tutorial and you are watching part 73 output catch attribute in MVC. So in this session you will learn output catch attribute in MVC. Before watching this video, please watch my part 70, 71 and 72. In part 72 I was explaining about handle error attribute, exception of the handler attribute in MVC. So output catch attribute is used to catch the content returned by a controller action method so that the same of content does not need to be generated each and every time the same controller action is invoked. Means if no need to do again and again work for the same work, then the performance of the application will be uh, increased, right? So let's use how to do it. Suppose let's flip to the Visual Studio and check it how to do it. Okay, this is my MVC application and here I have created one table, employee table. Okay, and created one entity data model of that employee table. Okay, inside of the model. Now I will create one another controller, with read and write actions. Okay, give it the name default controller. So here is the index method, details method, all the methods are here. Okay, now I will use for index method and let's add here the threads application 1 dot models. Okay, and inside of this index we will use that, but before that we will add the entities. What is my entities? Here in the context class Kusum entities. So let's add Kusum entities db equal to new Kusum entities, right? And here we'll pass the toList db dot the name of the table employees dot toList. Okay, and we'll add here the thread. So like this system.threading.thread sleep. So use system.threading.thread sleep for 3000. So after getting applications code, method code, the this will sleep for 3 seconds. Okay, okay, let's run this application using index view. Create the index view. Is it already created? If not, then we will create a new index. Okay, already it is created. So let's go to this. Okay, here I have already added this row tr, and inside of this tr I have passed employee list retrieved at the rate datetime.now.toString. Okay, save it, build it and run it. You can see here after running the application and giving this sleep attribute inside of this controller. Okay, this date time will be uh, sleep for 3 seconds. Okay, and every time it will receive the data after 3 seconds from the cache attribute. Okay, you can see here the data is changing for some seconds. Okay, now if I use the attribute cache attribute here in place of this, so how to use this cache attribute here? Let's add on the index method cache output cache and duration equal to 10 second. Okay, give the second for 10 second. Here 3000 means 3 second, here 10 second. So this MVC application will get sleep for 10 seconds, and after every 10 seconds it will refresh the page. But for 10 seconds it will cache the data from the cache. Okay, so let's check and see the time again. Build it will work. I have given that for 10 seconds. So after every 10 seconds you can see the numbers will be changed here. Okay, so every 10 seconds it will refresh the data and change the numbers, but within that 10 seconds it will retrieve the data from the cache attribute. So for 10 seconds it will the data will be in the cache attribute, and the loading effect will not be on controllers. Okay, and the data will be cached within that 10 seconds from the cache attribute. So this is helpful for application to increase the performance of the application, right? Same like that. Now here, if if I want to if I want to receive the portion of that method, can I receive the portion of this method output cache? Yes, I can. How to do it? Let's see. For that, suppose I have one method named get employee. Okay, like this. Okay, public string get employee count, and that will count the employee. We'll add child action only attribute so that the client cannot get this method and can't change it. Okay, and I will give the output cache duration for 10 seconds and return the employee count. Okay, so let's create that method public string get employee count, and inside of that I will use for that I will use here this child action. I will apply this output cache duration equal to 10. So output cache duration equal to 10, and supply here the child action only attribute. Okay, and receive the data using this method. Return employee count equal to db.employees.count.toString. Return employee count right. Like this I will receive the count of the employee datetime.now.toString, and at index side I will add here the action link after this table. So @html dot action other html dot action, the name of the method. What what the name of the method? This get employee count. This get employee count inside of the double quotes. Okay, let's run this application and check. And during that I have to remove this code because I have to use the portion of this code of this get employee count. Okay, so I will remove this from here, remove this from here. Okay, and use this get employee count will be used by this index method. Okay, so save it and build it. And let's run it. Use the index method and check. Here this employee get count method will display the count of the employee, and now this portion, check on this portion and this portion. Okay, at present both have the same time. Okay, now refresh the page. You can see here this portion will be changed but this not change. Let's check. Okay, you can see this is 29 and this 20, only this portion is changed, means this index method is fetching the records from here. Okay, and every time change. So 29 and 43, the difference you can check here. Every time cache the data for 10 seconds. Okay, so this is the end of my video.